Welcome everyone to the Gwinnett Brewery restaurant, located opposite the factory where they made all the brew. It's got the giant barrel similar to the brewery itself, which is a pretty cool aesthetic. Then you find loads of meat bags, because super mutants have set up in the area, so you'll be dealing with them. They will not be friendly. So let's head in and see what we can find in the restaurant. Perhaps you wanted to try out the lager. We don't know what they had on the menu in terms of food, but we do know that Gwinnett lager was readily available. There's some super mutant arm guards if you're needing to equip strong while you're in the area, as well as lots of other cool findings. So we'll start on this side of the restaurant. There's also 2 entrances, 3 technically if you count the tunnel. And that takes you back out to South Boston, facing the marina with the brewery in sight. There's a couple of super mutants in here who are a wee bit hungry, cooking up a bit of a stew. They've got some pre-war money lying around. Of course, the super mutants would have had no need for it. So there's a hound or 2 that will detect you right away, and opening up the stalls, you'll find this skeleton. Opposite, possibly her husband. Maybe they had a wee bit too much ale to drink. There's also a little first aid kit, as well as this novice door. Inside, you can find someone trapped themselves. Now, you'll actually remember that when you read the terminals over in the Gwinnett Brewery, that there was someone that locked themselves in the utility closet. This is that person. The terminal mentions it up on the roof. Now, as for this kitchen area, don't fire a live round unless you're ready to burn. You can maybe lure some of the hounds or the super mutants into it, if that's a way you want to go about it. There's a super mutant cage helmet over here. Strong will be well equipped if you decide to raid this place. And a wee Nuka-Cola cherry in the pantry. Now the elevator can take you upstairs to the bar area. However, an alternative is just dropping straight down here. There'll be a Marlock or 2 to take care of, and the tunnel that takes you round to the brewery. But the reason you might want to go round this way is the terminal's only a novice instead of an advanced lock on the other side. Also, there's the Gwinnett Brewery password, which will help you when you get over to the brewery. So it is recommended that you clear this place out if you're able to take down the super mutants. The password also works here on the door. We can read some of these. The Craftwing tours took place and they were conducted by trained hosts or hostesses every half hour as warranted. Tour of the Craftwing includes a seasonal sampler served after the conclusion of the tour. $59. The main brewery tours include the Craft Tour Wing, followed by a tour of the main brewing facility located across the inlet. Tours are run Saturday and Sunday and some holidays. Included in the price is a seasonal sampler and a souvenir pint glass. Only $119. Let's open up the door here. You can use the password for the other terminal as well. And then we've got this bar terminal. It's only a novice one. I'm going to read into who was here. Hole in the kitchen wall. Employees, please take notice. We will have contractors in the first week of November to repair the kitchen wall. Well, seeing as the bombs dropped in October, we know this didn't happen. Hosts guiding tours through the craft and seasonal wing must require all patrons to wear headgear until repairs are complete. That was the hole we used to jump down into where the Marlocks are. Beer prices for a pint was $39, seasonal $55, 6-pack $199. $199! Inflation was crazy at this point. $35 for a souvenir glass and $65 for a t-shirt. Current bar tabs, Samuels J had $78 and M. McMurdoch had $24. Is there 2 people at the bar? Skeletons, maybe? Would have been cool if there was 2 skeletons that would represent the 2 people. The elevator just takes you between here and the kitchen, but there's lots of brew to take, including bottles. You'll leave here with a lot of booze and a lot of glass. Now going this way just leads you round back to the area that we had come in. And if you happen to go this way, again, it just all loops round back into the main restaurant here. So, is that everything? Well, outside of the restaurant, there's a lot more defined in terms of unmarked locations. It should be noted that tunnel that I spoke of earlier, if you walk down it, eventually takes you over into the brewery where you'll emerge in the bottom factory level. There's a lot of mirelurks, so do be careful if that is the route you decide to take. You'll be sent here in a lot of radiant quests to clear the place out. Touring around the roof, you can see that there's no entrance or loot items of any description. However, seeing as we just exited here, if we take a left and we work our way around the alleyways and then up here, using this little catwalk, you find the remains of an old settlement. A couple of dead settlers, a cooking station, and a few of their homes. Sometimes there may even be raiders or scavengers spawned here. It's a bit of a random encounter, but it goes to show you that settlers around here certainly, well, their ingenuity to just put up homes wherever is quite something. The castle's in the distance, although it looks like the camp is quite recent, although it's not to say that they maybe just didn't build off the back of what was a settlement in the shadow of the castle. They would have had protection from the Minutemen, trader routes would have been opened up. I'd say once the castle fell, super mutants, you know, and raiders poured into this area. I would have said the Minutemen would have held a tight ship when this was a thing, such as all these buildings here. Again, I imagine they were all part of one big intricate route that would have led up to the castle itself. Now, the one thing I do want to point out is this church right here. There is a little trapdoor that some of you may have not visited, so let's go have a look. And I'll even walk you to it from the entrance of the restaurant. Unmarked locations are brilliant. You never know what you might find. Nothing in this trailer door. Don't get too excited. I know, it was a bummer the first time I seen it too. So, there's a couple of ghouls you have to take care of before going into the church. Don't know why this was never marked. I imagine the Minutemen would have also used this. The castle fallen caused a lot of problems. There's quite a few ghouls here that will spawn up, but there is a house cat. And a little shrine to the house cat with mongrel meat. It's not clear who was feeding it. Maybe it was these people before all the ghouls came. Why there's so many bodies and whatnot, it gives me sort of Pikmin vibes. We never find out anything beyond that. So, come, enjoy the shrine. It seems the cat must be left alone by, well, these mutants don't seem to... Mutants? These feral ghouls don't seem to be bothering them. Let's have a look at the map. The Gwinnett restaurant, of course, is located in the industrial harbour area near the castle. And Andrew Station, University Point. Closest settlement would probably be Good Neighbour to the north. So be sure to have a look. I've done a video on every location here. So our last one is the castle, and I'm heading over there now. Thank you for watching. See you all over there.